What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Unknown Coatings channel. Got another type of two-tone video today, and this one actually employs both methods that I normally use, which is taping and in the other wiping, vacuuming method. This roof rack, or ladder rack rather, barely fits in the oven, so it was causing all sorts of hassle for us. It's also technically, I guess, 4-stage by the time we were all said and done. Wait, is that right? Primer, black, white, orange, clear. It's 5-stage. I lied. And with it being 5-stage, that means we had to put it into the oven 5 times. And when I say this thing barely fits, I mean there was about 2 inches on each side of the oven. And this rack, this particular rack, every time it comes out of the oven, it tries to turn to one side really sharply. I don't know if I included any footage in here pulling it back out, but just know it was an absolute nightmare. So this is a steel rack. We primed it, Tiger primer, of course. And then here, this area right here, this plate is going to have to be black. This plate right up in here is also going to have to be black. These little nails and the phone number are all supposed to be black. We actually changed, oh, and that square around it. We actually changed the phone number. We made it not black. We did a black pinstripe. And then also these squares. I realized they're triangles, but they're squares. So after we get the primer cured to its obscure, weird cure schedule that it uses, go ahead and throw Tiger wet black on all the areas that are going to need to be black. Now, the rest of this, if you've seen the thumbnail, you know is going to be bright orange. This is actually striker orange over white is what it's going to end up being. WH11 from Cardinal, just their normal gloss bright white. So we go through, powder coat, make sure we get the squares, all the little placard pieces, and then this is going to, of course, be rolled back into the oven. So no masking or anything has been done, no special masking of any kind, at least, has been done in this process so far, because the black is going to be the color that is going to be the easiest to work around, despite the fact that it does, once again, take us forever to get this thing in and out of the oven. Like I said, it is so tight. I apologize if there is multiple clips like this one of us trying to get this in. Then after we get the black flowed out, I don't remember what we cured it to. We got it fairly well flowed out because we're going to end up taping it later on. We switch over to Cardinal WH11. Run in, the Optiflex Pro here, box fed. So throw in, I guess now the 3rd coat in some of these places, but overall the 2nd coat. Not a problem for this gun. I mean, this gun, you'll see, it'll put 4, 5, 6 coats on with no issue at all. I do kind of speed through a lot of this. Spraying these gets a little bit repetitive, especially the way that I have to do it. I kind of slow down and focus on a couple different spots to show you different techniques that I might use. I'm not going to explain too much of those. You can find a lot of that content in this other video. I'm actually only making this video because this is definitely the coolest ladder rack that I've ever done, and I've only done, I don't know, 20 maybe by now, but you saw the thumbnail. This thing looks absolutely awesome, so I thought I'd at least show the process of doing this one. Going through, getting all the white, but because this is super boring, I did want to take the chance to tell you guys about the Facebook group, UKC Army Facebook group. Get new members every single day in that group. Lots of good posts, lots of good information in there. So if you guys want more information, make sure you check that out. And as always, if you like powder coating or powder coating content, or just like seeing wild projects like this, make sure you leave a like on this video. Hit that subscribe button, turn on all notifications, share it, do all the things really. Anything we can do to bump this up in the algorithm. The last video did pretty good. Hoping to kind of carry that momentum through with this one. Got a bunch of new videos that are going to be coming up. I was going to do a big announcement January 1st, and I had some delays in getting some of the stuff together for that. I'm working with a couple different sponsors to be able to benefit you guys a little bit better, and it was kind of tough to get a lot of those contracts ironed out. Coming the first week of February, I'm going to be posting a video on how you guys can be, supporting the channel even more if you'd like to do that. And also benefiting you guys directly if you want to go that route. You saw that I was just doing a wipe process, or a vacuum and a wipe process on this. We were trying to decide if tape was the move here, because the tape was going to have to go through multiple coats, and sometimes that's not that fun. But wiping it was also a nightmare. For this particular task, it did work out. at least the first time. We end up taping it just because it was too much of a nightmare and too time consuming, took too many man hours. I think you saw 3 different people there wiping this and vacuuming it at different times, and that's obviously not an ideal situation by any stretch of the imagination. So we threw this back in the oven, got it all cured out. This is the result now, but we started taping it, as you can see. Ended up taping all of those, which once again was a nightmare. Used blue tape, a little bit more flexible. There's a couple pieces of green on like the squares there in the corner where it didn't really matter. It's a nice big flat surface. But getting this thing ready to the point that I could start throwing striker orange over top of it on its own was a nightmare. This project we kind of spread out over a couple days, just because there was obviously a lot of heating it up and then cooling down. Once again, with it being 5 coats, a lot of waiting. So the shop stays busy, so we just constantly move stuff in and out of the oven. This thing we'd kind of push off to the side, let it cool down, start the process over. So now we are throwing striker orange from Prismatic, and if you don't know this color, this is actually a candy fluorescent orange. You can put it over a gloss white, and it is an incredibly bright. The camera will never capture how actually bright this color is. But you can also put it over like chrome or silver, things of that nature, and it looks absolutely amazing too. It's a completely different color. It's not fluorescent necessarily. When light hits it, and it's using like a metallic or a reflective base, it gets kind of like little hues and hints of being fluorescent orange, but it's like a really cool candy orange. So we'll go through, do just 1 coat of this color, which this color is a little bit finicky. If you have a spot that's thin when you're putting it over white, it is very obvious. And I just mean the way that the pigment separates on some of the thin spots. It's like almost a completely different color. It never gets that fluorescent look to it. So make sure that if you're using this color, you get like a really good coat on. That being said, this color also runs incredibly easy. I got it to run one time. I was trying something that I never should have been trying. This was years and years and years ago. I tried to spray this color hot, actually just in an effort to speed something up. This was on a personal project of mine, not a customer's, of course. And I will tell you right now, it ran so fast. I think I've only dealt with one other color that ran faster than this one, and it was a candy gold. So just something to be aware of, guys. I always try to throw in like the most random possible hints and tips and tricks, just so you guys don't have to deal with this. Don't let it catch you off guard. But also don't be spraying things hot. There's really just no reason for it. I'm actually very much looking forward to bringing you guys this video that I've been working on for a while, the one that was supposed to be ready for January 1st. Got a lot of big changes happening with the shop, and then also, as a result of that, a lot of big changes are going to be happening with the channel. Memberships are still on the channel. I think some of you guys are still members. I don't remember even how many there are. I'm going to bring back memberships in a little more dynamic role. I'm going to have many different layers of that. Still going to be putting out free videos for everybody. You don't have to be a paid member to see, most of my content, but I am going to have layers of memberships that are paid and get you more things. The highest tier that I'm going to end up offering, you'll get discounts. You'll get videos earlier from everybody, or my videos earlier. You'll get, the ability to communicate with me one-on-one in a useful way. I don't know. I've come up with a bunch of different things. You guys will see. And once again, I'll have a whole video explaining this. So, as you see, throwing this back in the oven, start flowing out the striker orange. I don't want to leave the tape on there through another cure, so I, of course, have to pull this all off after everything is flowed out. This color, because it's a weird candy, it flakes. You can wow. You can see here, I'm wiping it off. End up just blowing most of it off. Got to make sure that you blow all the little chunks off, because if you don't, those will melt back into your powder, but they will be obvious that there was a weird chunk there. And I wish I could say this is the last time going into the oven, but it's not, because I still have to clear it. Using Tiger's Wet Clear here, or no, Tiger's Bangle Clear, Wet Black Bangle Clear. I skipped that whole process because I don't think you guys need to see that again, honestly. This is the rack completely done. It turned out absolutely amazing. We did go through and pinstripe around the numbers. You can't see that right now. We realized that if we do the numbers black because the guy has tinted windows, you would, of course, not be able to see the numbers. There's the rack installed. These are the wheels that are going to be going on the truck, so it's going to be even brighter. But as you can see, this thing turned out absolutely amazing. And it matches, it's kind of weird, it matches the truck at very strange angles. Overall, it's a super dynamic color, and I actually love this color. I used to have this on my shop truck, so hope you enjoyed the video, guys. See you on the next one.